Welcome to the channel and our continuing playthrough of Atlantic Chase, the Breakout Series, Operation Berlin, Part 4. Now, last episode, the Scharnhorst and the Gneisenau caught this British convoy literally in broad daylight without an escort. And they ripped into that convoy like a bag of potato chips.
I ain't seen a beating like that since somebody stuck a banana in my pants and turned a monkey loose.
Okay. We did incredibly well against it and just shot it to pieces. So we're going to try to get off scot-free now and try to get out, get back into port, and go home and collect our Knight's Crosses with oak leaf clusters and whatever they do, diamonds. And okay. So let's get started. Yes, because we retained the initiative from last time. So, first thing we're going to do, I think we're going to go, we want to complete in Brest here because of, that's the way they want the battle cruisers. That's where they want the battle cruisers to avoid a victory point penalty. And we want to hang on to as many of those as we can. Real trick is somebody does, to get the game to end, somebody does have to go to a rendezvous point and use it. I think we're going to use the shear. You know, hopefully that'll work. But then we got to wing our way over to Kiel to avoid losing more victory points. That might be a trick. So let's see what we can do. All right. So like this. Come on, you. Stack nice. One, two. Let's stay out of as much British airspace as possible here. That. Okay. Another trajectory. I think with him, let's think about this. I can't really, well, yes I can. No, I can't. I really want to get that intel marker off, but I don't want to go winging all the way around here to do it. Because I'm going to have to take the Denmark straight back to get it back into Kiel. Well, they put me in, hey, got me in a little conundrum here. Yeah, let's do that because there's so much activity here. So we'll just go this way, like so. I think that's might be the best way to do this. Now, it's time to use our old pal Raider's ability, the all pass. We're going to use the first one here, and we're going to time lapse both of these trajectories. And this is a fast fleet, so we can do this and take the intel and contact marker off, and one more segment. So that helps. Secondly, like I said, we're going to pull, this is a medium. Shear is medium speed. Yes, he is. So we can do 1 and 2 like that. Okay. All right, so I give up the initiative to the British, which I don't like at all. But it is what it is, and it is time for checking weather. Bad weather. Ooh, I like that actually a lot. That means I'm not going to worry too much about air. Now, what will the British do? 1. I think that is a convoy completion. Let me check. No, that is airstrike, but it's bad weather. And when it's bad weather, we roll a dice again. It's odd, and when it's odd, it is a convoy result. That ends up being a C result. We are going to try to get a convoy into port and complete. That will knock victory points off us, unfortunately. So the question is, would it be this one or this one? And it says use the shortest trajectory. Well, they're both stations. In that case, should we use the one that can be completed immediately? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this one, I think it would be this one because you can immediately try to complete. I think so. Okay, so let's set that up. So there he is. getting ready to complete. He goes for the completion action, but I get to attempt a seize initiative action. And I still have this, Lucian's, and his special ability is whenever I'm going to roll a seize initiative action, I automatically succeed by burning up this skill. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So, you fail. He will do, what you call it, like time lapse. And he is, bad weather. He doesn't have intel markers. So it's a die roll. He might actually end up having no trajectories to think of. 5. Okay, so yeah. 2, 3, 4, and 5. He's there. It isn't completed yet, but he's there. But we seize the initiative. And now we're going to check for weather. Stays bad. Now the question becomes, do I try to complete this guy? Or do I burn up my Raiders all pass ability and break both of these down in one shot? And wow, I think I'm going to try to complete because it's completing in a French port, the battle cruisers. That's another 2 victory points, which I want. And so I think I need to try to grab them. So I'm going to go ahead and try a completion. The British will attempt to seize initiative to prevent me. They do not. So, complete. And let me log that. I still have the initiatives. The only thing left to do is pass here. 1, 2. Oh, wait a minute. It's bad weather. Bad weather. So that is a die roll. 1. Oof. So the bad weather is actually keeping the air force off me, but they're crawling here. Okay, so we passed. And now it is the British. And we check for weather. Stays bad. And what do they do? 4. 4 is an extra. Oh, arg. They're going to go try to intercept me. I don't like that. So this unidentified task force is going to try to intercept me down there. So let's set that up. There we go. Now they're going to Navy search me. Good news is they have an intel marker attached to them. So we're going to try to seize the initiative yet again. Okay, here's a big one. This is a big roll here. Let's see if we can't get a 9. Come on, 9. No modifier. No! Missed it by 1. Missed it by that much. Okay, well, we get a bonus to our next seize initiative roll. Now I wish I had that Lucian ability back. So, there will be a naval search. Continuing on. This kind of stinks because they're in the they're just in the 9 column here. It'd be nice if they're just one more over. But no. I suppose a good bit of news is that they're rolling with no modifiers on this one. Let me think about this. No, it's no modifiers. So they roll a 7. And a 7 on this 9 chart. Remove all but 3. Actually, you rolled. It would have been better for you to roll this result than this, because nothing got removed, so nothing gets removed, and I earn a evasive maneuvers marker. All right, get good, Scrubs. All right, so I did that wrong. Man, I keep messing up. I was not supposed to make a seize initiative roll. I was supposed to make a roll on the interrupt table. Oh, just for fun. Let's see what that would have been. 4. That would have been anything. Yeah, that would have been a 0. So, no harm, no foul. Okay, so now I get to do my siege initiative, my actual proper siege initiative. Oh, wait a minute, they do time lapse first, don't they? It's a very slow fleet, but it is bad weather. They cannot invoke the time. Oh, here, let me show you. Get it in the camera. They cannot invoke intel limit because this intel marker is in the middle of the trajectory, and you can't just pull stuff out of the middle. So roll a dice for bad weather. Well, they would have normally gotten a 6. Oh, and the question becomes, do I take everything as much as I can from both ends? I kind of think I do. Hang on. Well, as I'm reading them, if anyone disagrees, let me know. But yes, I take everything away except for the intel marker because they couldn't invoke before I rolled. And so that's what it looks. It actually helps them a little bit because that means that'll be the tail end of the trajectory, and then he can make a proper intel lapse. So that's his move. And then we try to seize the initiative with a +1 modifier to our roll. Come on, man. Nope. Okay, we're up to +2. Okay, and they get to go again. What do they do? 6. Okay, 6 is different. 6 is completion action. Right here. But of course, I get to seize initiative and an attempt with a +2 modifier. Let's try to get lucky. 6, 7, 8. Oh, I'm still short. Okay, we're up to +3 on our modifier, but unfortunately, this one convoy is going to complete. Let's make a log of that. That is going to ding my victory points, I think. Let me check here. Yeah, because it was I didn't get enough hits on it to disperse it. If I did disperse it, it'd be -1 victory point to me, but because it wasn't dispersed, it's 2. Oh well, it is what it is. Okay, so they still have the initiative, and so they're going to roll again. And this is a 4. And the chart changes because they successfully completed. And the 4 is convoy. And this is going to be another completion, attempt at a completion. So, this guy down here, let's move the camera a little bit. Let's set that up. There we go. And he's deliberately avoiding my air space. And he's got 6. You can only complete when you're 6 or fewer trajectories, just in case. So he's gonna try to make a run for Gibraltar here. But I do get to seize initiative, and now we're at +3. So hopefully you can get a good roll here. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. So we are gonna prevent that completion. He will go time lapse, which will be, we're still in bad weather, so he will 6. Wow. Okay. And finally, boom. He's going to be able to complete fairly easy, but he handed the initiative over. Let's see what we can do with that. So, I'll check the weather again. This remains bad. And my only real option is to pass again. And so, time-lapsing with the die, unfortunately. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, unfortunately, I don't roll on the refuel check this turn, or this initiative, because I passed before that happens. Next time I get the initiative is when we actually check on that. So there we are now. We give up the initiative. And the British check for weather. Weather goes back to good. Okay. And now we see what they do. 1. That seems to me to be an airstrike. No targets. And when that is the case, select a... wait, let me check here. So no target, and we're going to roll a die to figure out what they're going to do. And it is odd. Okay, when it's odd, create a new TF in Gibraltar. Place a slow BB, 2 CAs, and a CV in it. And then we're going to go out. They're going to go after me. Wow. Okay. You know, I think I have annoyed the British quite a bit, because now they're sending an aircraft carrier, a battleship, the Nelson, and 2 cruisers after my little pocket battleship here. Okay, let's see what happens. Here they are in Gibraltar, and so let's set a trajectory and try to get them. So, a very angry and highly motivated task force is steaming up my rear end here. But they do have an intel marker attached to them, so we will get to roll on the interruption table. We could really use a good roll here. 10 is a good roll. 10 is a good roll. 5 for initiative. Okay. And I did it. All right. Something goes my way. Okay, so. And this is one of the persnickety rules here. This is the interruption results. Interruption results, that is. Vie for initiative. Immediately vie for initiative. And if interruption. What? That doesn't make sense. If the active player maintains the initiative. Okay. So I take and we've talked about this on the board game before. Immediately vie for initiative. We got the initiative. And if you look at the, it changes hands right here. So what that means is, as far as I've understood from conversations, this part doesn't happen. So he's not going to be allowed to time lapse because we're taking the vie for initiative at this point. Now, if he had completed it, then we would have vied for initiative again. But no, we got it early, and so initiative passes to us. And because we have initiative, and because we have initiative in a rendezvous point, we automatically roll for a refuel check and see our result. 4 gives me a result in good weather of D. Remove the RV marker. Yep. Also remove an evasive marker from the German TF if it has one. Oh, I gotta give that up? Okay, fine. And let's see. New objective. The only actions this TF is permitted is trajectory, completion, and pass. TF may only complete in Wilhelmshaven, Kiel, or Brest. You may not attach an evasive marker to this TF. The ship has developed severe mechanical problems. British in the TF in the hex. If the British TF is in the hex, then we vie for initiative. Okay, wow, that's interesting. So we're gonna try. We're gonna already. They do not. They'll get a +1 to their next initiative roll. But we still have the initiative. Let's get the flock out of here. All right, let's, and we're going to steam to Kiel. That's where we're going anyway. So let's go ahead and do that now. So there, I've used absolutely every trajectory for this. We have a long haul to get back home here. So we set up our trajectory. And now we're going to do our all passing. Or not our all passing, we only have one. So 1, 2, 3 in good weather. We pass to the British. We check the weather. Weather remains good. What do the British do? 2. Well, that's an airstrike. And because we have the British have a CV here. I'm going to launch from there and attempt an attack. Airstrike right there. Okay, let's see how that plays out. So I've been playing this game an awful lot, but I haven't been messing with the aircraft carriers. Haven't shown up, so I had to go back in the rules there and just kind of read everything. So I'm going to launch from this trajectory here. And what's going to happen is he acts as his own support force. So this is a +1 to his die roll. This also counts as the active force. So you do have to add that to this trajectory when doing a trajectory total. So this is going to be well over 16 with a +1 roll on the table here. Let's take a look. All right, airstrike column. 16 here. +1. Snake eyes. Big old miss. Fine by me. All right. So the task force will perform a time lapse. It is slow because of the Nelson in there, which makes it 2 segments will come off. They will take these 2. And there's a little rule here is when this is the launch point, that is the last to be taken off. So you can't take that off unless there's nothing else, and then you have to put, that's where you have to put the station. All right, so moving on, and now we shall vie for the initiative. And I win again. Beep. So, nope. Checking for weather. It goes bad. All right. Well, my move is quite simple. We are going to time lapse and keep moving. Or do I want to add my trajectory mark? Well, no. Hang on. Get rid of these guys. Zoop, zoop. And the answer is no, I don't. Because I would add them here. And that would put me in airstrike range right there. Don't want to do that just yet. I don't want them just taking pot shots at me the whole time. Like that. So, we're just going to time lapse at this point. And then we'll add them when we get a little closer. So, you gotta roll a die. 6. Oh, nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come off. So, it is the back to the British. And the British roll for weather. The weather stays bad. And now what will they do? 6. 6 is a completion action. And so they will attempt right there. I get to attempt to something the initiative. Seize, of course. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. Oh, I do it. Nice. Okay, so they would normally time lapse their station, so they won't. But it's back to me. We're going to roll for weather. Weather stays bad. And as always, so here we are at that conundrum again. Do I add my trajectory now? Or I try to shrink it down? I'm not sure. Because it's a full 6 there, I'm inclined to still hold off a little bit. So let's do that. All right, we're going to time lapse there in bad weather, so that's a die roll. 5, wow. Doing pretty good on these rolls here. Now, I'm wondering if I should have made that completion. Okay, so there's that. And we give up the initiative. We roll for weather check. Stays bad. What do the British do? They do 6. That is a completion action again. And that's down there in Gibraltar. I'm not going to even move the camera. I'm going to do my siege initiative action. Didn't do it this time, so they are going to complete. That's going to ding me. That is a dispersed convoy. So that'll be a -1 to my score. Too bad. Okay, well. So, they completed. I did not seize the initiative, therefore they go again. What do they do? 3. Well, it's an interception, and you would think we just send this little guy over to do it. Nope, not. Or you'd think you'd send either this little cruiser here, or this unidentified one. Nope, it says pick a task force that has a battleship in it, and the only one on the board that does is this one way down here. So guess what? He gets the fun thing to trajectory all the way up there. Okay, let's get that going. And there it is. Now, the only thing they can do here is a naval search. Oddly enough, in spite of all those trajectories out there on the board, they are only in the 10 to 15 column. That means, let's see here. The weather is bad, so nobody's going to be able to coordinate air support with here. So it's just a straight roll. A 6 is that poke a hole early-late result, which does nothing to me. And normally I could take an evasive maneuvers marker from that. And speaking of which, I wonder if I missed some rolls for that somewhere. I don't think I did. Anyway, because of that rendezvous thing made it different. So nothing happens essentially. And they do perform time lapse, though. They do have to invoke the intel limit on a slow. They can only take this one little off here. And now it is time for me to try to seize the initiative. At a +1, I'm not sure where I had that modifier from before, but I'll trust it. 8, 9, yeah. That's it. It's going to flip back to us. And so here's where we're going to start adding our trajectories and get the heck out of here. Like so, and we are in range for completion. And so the British will make a last-ditch attempt here to stop us. They have flops. We complete. All right, that is the end. We have made it somewhat scot-free. So let's tally up this score and see how well we did. So, pardon the glare. We got exactly 10 hits on convoys. That is worth 10 points to us. Okay. Each German ship sunk or damaged. No ships sunk or damaged. So good for there. Pocket boat in Kiel or Wilhelmshaven. And the answer is yes, we did get it back there. So that brings us up to 11. Hipper entered play. No, it didn't. So we do not lose any points for that. Each battle cruiser in a French port. Yes, both the Scharnhorst and the Gneiso completed in Brest. So that brings us up to 13, or no, 11, 12, 13. Yes, 13 points. Okay. Finally, British ships. No hits. Damage. No, we didn't damage any battle cruisers or battleships. Sunk. Nope. Completed. Yes. One convoy completed undispersed. That's -2, dropping us down to 11. And one that was dispersed completed, bringing us right back down to 10. And so our final score is 10. Let's go to the debriefing table. We hit the big mark. Excellent. Gross Admiral Radar is ecstatic to report a perfectly executed operation. On the radio, the Führer announces a great victory, insisting Churchill is losing the war. So, now in the manual it says there's technically no losing and winning in this game, but we did so romplingly well. I think that deserves a Final Fantasy victory music. So, there it is. And that was a fun episode, and it's historically, as far as my background reading, this was the most successful use of the surface fleet in history. So there's your historical plausibility, accuracy thing I talk about sometimes, along with the evocative mechanics. So we're firing on all cylinders here. The only thing I wish there was more of a slug out battle between, actual warship, so you could actually see the advanced rules a little more fleshed out. When it's just convoys, it resembles just like the regular rules. So what's next? I think we're just gonna go. I'm gonna go straight on to the Battle of Atlantic because I am just having a blast here. And thank you for watching.